My name is Katie Rasch, and I'm the Associate Labor Program Coordinator with Great Lakes Ag Labor Services. Great Lakes Ag Labor Services is a lot of things, but in a nutshell, we are an agent that works with growers who are unable to find the skilled hands to harvest their crops. For example, today we are on one of 3 farms that brought apple pickers up from Mexico. What many growers have seen in the past few years is that immigration has tightened up, our borders have gotten much tighter, and we haven't found an immigration fix. Therefore, we had to find, as an agent, a way to bring people up legally to work on these farms and make sure that these crops don't rot. We work with the H-2A program through several different governmental agencies through a series of months to make sure that these workers come up on time to pick the crops. We also work with recruiters in Mexico directly so that we find the right people for the right farm. We're also working with a transportation company so that they bring workers up as soon as they get their visas right to the farm. So each worker, after they've gone through an interview with the recruiter, go on to the U.S. consulate in Monterrey, Mexico. There, the consulate does an interview with each worker to verify whether or not they are eligible to enter the United States on a visa. Once they're approved, they are given a visa under the H-2A program that's good for just the employer that has petitioned for them. And then once they cross the border, they're also given a I-94 border crossing card. With those documents, they are able to legally work on the farm that has petitioned for them. We've taken 2 trips down to Mexico this year because we really think that it's important to know exactly what's going on the other side of the border as well. A lot of process goes on down there also, and we wanted to make sure that we built those relationships and we could work with people that we really trusted. Our first visit was to the U.S. consulate. We got to visit and see how the workers were interviewed, what exactly they had to go through there at the consulate for 2 days. We've also visited with the recruiter. We've gone and seen their office there by the consulate, and we've also gone out while they were interviewing some of our own workers and seeing what they were asking them and making sure that the contract was being explained correctly. We've also visited with the bus company that we're working with that is able to move from Mexico to the U.S. The workers don't have to get off at the border, which is a huge asset for security reasons. And we've seen their headquarters. We've met with several people that work either on their board or oversee their company. And we have been very pleased with what we've seen. A lot of issues that come up or complaints that come up are directed to the other side of the border, and we want to make sure that we're as involved as possible. So we've already made that commitment to be there and be involved. This is our first year, but what we've seen is quite a bit of a success and a lot of growth in just a first year. We grew out of a pilot program with only 4 growers, and this year we worked with 10 growers. We've brought in about 405 workers total throughout the year to work on a variety of different crops. Each will stay until almost the end of the year, and it seems that it's been a good fit for each farm.